guys, welcome back. This is Sun and Belle, and today we're going to be doing a full review on WandaVision episode 8 with spoilers.
So this episode immediately starts with Agatha Harkness, and she's trying to figure out where Wanda gets this immense power to construct a new reality.
Mm-hmm.
So then we immediately know that it wasn't Agatha all along, like last week's episode had us believe, and it was indeed Wanda the whole time.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop because it was like the obvious was the answer the whole time. So Agatha takes, in order for Agatha to find out where Wanda's powers comes from, she forces Wanda to take her through the most critical points of her life, the most impactful times. And so the first scene starts off with, back in Sokovia, it's wartime, and her family and her are starting to put in DVDs to watch for the night. And
Right.
This is where we find out that she has a love for sitcoms.
Yeah, and Wanda says that she loves sitcoms because there's always some mischief, some trouble, but in a sitcom, nothing really bad happens.
Right.
Everyone is okay.
It's her escape.
It's her escape.
Yeah, and so it takes her to where Wanda joins Hydra, the criminal organization, and then finally where she loses her brother.
Right, yeah. So
Yeah.
while Wanda's on this journey into her past, you could tell that it's very hard for her because these are the hardest times in her life. She lost her parents. She lost her twin brother. She's grief-stricken.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is where, we also see how Wanda and Vision
Are falling in love.
are falling in love.
Yeah, and so Vision's the only person that really understands how Wanda could feel. He's been alone all of his life. He doesn't have emotions. Vision tells her, "I've always been alone, so I don't feel the lack. It's all I've ever known. I've never experienced loss because I've never had a loved one to lose." So it tells you right there, they're pretty much destined to be together.
So this episode really focuses on Wanda's pain and her grief. And it definitively affirms why Wanda created Westview. As we have predicted, it was Wanda's coping mechanism to deal with the pain of losing Vision, losing the love of her life, the one that could understand her. And finally, at the end of the episode, we see Agatha Harkness calling Wanda by the name Scarlet Witch.
And this is the first time we actually see Wanda referred to as a Scarlet Witch.
Right, it's an intense moment. Agatha points out that Wanda is, the mythical being that could spontaneously create out of nothing.
Yeah.
And indeed, you must be the Scarlet Witch. And it gives you goosebumps. It's an exciting episode.
It was, very much so. Okay, we're ready to rate and review. Awesome. This episode really hit the heartstrings.
Yeah.
Like, I was emotional from beginning to end. There were many scenes where, Wanda, you could just feel the pain, the emotion, the reason why she created this reality. And there were times where I had to hold my tears back.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen did an amazing job conveying those emotions and eliciting an emotion from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the part where she goes into the sword facilities to get Vision's body just for a proper burial, and she sees that Vision's body is completely desecrated, torn apart like a machine.
Yeah, like an old used car and trying to scrape for parts.
Right. When it was, the love of her life. And she looks at it, and as the audience, we think she's going to steal the body, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't, and she's so graceful, and she just says, "I can't feel you anymore."
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh,
and what about the part where she goes to the land where they were supposed to build a house together? Wow, and she's right in the middle of the house, and she looks around because this is what her future was supposed to be, and she just breaks down, and all that power and rage and sadness inside her just comes out of her body, out of her heart, and it just shows you how powerful she is, but also how powerful their love was.
Absolutely. I thought that was a powerful scene, and it perfectly shows why Wanda created Westview, how she did it, with barely any dialogue. It was,
Oh, yeah.
right? It
Oh
was
my
just
gosh.
her kneeling to the ground, and like you said.
What I like about this episode is it really focuses and hones in on Wanda and Agatha.
Yes.
Their relationship, the reason why they're in the place that they are together, This episode doesn't waste any minutes.
No.
Doesn't have any subplots or fillers. You don't see Darcy or Agent Wu at all. And you guys know how we feel about them and the scenes that they're in now. I just thought that it went straight to the point. It answered all the questions, but also left me with more questions.
It did. I agree. No second was wasted in this episode. I enjoyed the very beginning, seeing Agatha's origin story a little bit there.
Yeah, same. I mean, she's like hundreds of years old.
Right. And I also agree that there are questions left, though, and I want to know more about Vision.
Yeah.
What is this new Vision, the awakening of his real body? And now we know that the Vision that Wanda was with is just a construct of her imagination, sort of, right?
Exactly. They still have Vision's real body.
And he's awakening now. So I want to know, is it Vision, or is he the shell of himself? Or is he going to be something that Wanda needs to destroy in order to fully grieve and move on with her life?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm actually curious about Monica Rambeau.
Right.
Right? Like, she is a main character in this show. We saw a glimpse of her powers, right? Her potential powers that she has. And we didn't see a minute of her in this episode at all. So where does she come back into play?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about Hayward.
Yeah.
We know that Hayward was lying about Wanda coming into Sword and stealing Vision's body.
Mm-hmm.
So why? And we also, I thought that Hayward was kind of goading Wanda, kind of manipulating her into stealing Vision's body, which of course she didn't.
Yeah, my question with that is, remember that they were tracking Vision's body?
Oh, right.
How did that even happen? Like, if it was an imaginary thing that Wanda created, how was he able to track it into the computer? Was it like a fake ploy, maybe to get Darcy and Agent Wu off track?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Comment down what you think in
Yeah.
the comments below, please.
I think we're ready to reveal our scores.
All right, I'm ready.
1, 2.
Oh my god! Again, I think last time we did the same too.
2 in a row.
What is this?
Wow, this is blasphemy. I really like this episode a lot. Like I said, there wasn't a minute wasted. We got to see some relationships develop. The fact that, you know, Wanda finally came out as a Scarlet Witch in such a powerful way. I have to give credit to Kathryn Hahn. Her playing the witch, I won't be able to see her as anything else.
Yeah, she did awesome.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I thought this episode was just a delight. It was so I got so engaged with the character, especially Wanda. I mean, she really pulled at my heartstrings. I fully understood. I was on her side the entire time of why she did what she did. And this episode felt like a mini movie. Like, I just thought it was great. But it went by like this.
It
like,
did.
when the credits start rolling, it makes me sad because I'm sad that this whole series is coming to an end.
Next week.
But I really enjoyed this. It was one of the strongest episodes, probably my favorite.
Me too. Me too, for sure.
Oh, awesome. So, yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like this review. We'll be back next week for the last WandaVision episode 9 review. Maybe they'll split it in 2 parts. I don't know.
No, they said they won't.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh. Okay,
I
well
know.
then there you go. We'll be back next week for the very last one.
Comment down what you think will happen. We'd love to hear your theories, what you think, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, until next time, friends.
Thanks. Bye.